Yeah. Hello and welcome to a video. My name is Kira and I do have to cook dinner while I'm recording this intro, but I hope you don't mind. Basically, I am an artist and I kind of have to launch an art business in like 2 weeks. So I thought I'd make a video to document it and tell you about it. I'm being a tad dramatic. I don't have to, have to do anything like this. No one's putting me at gunpoint. Basically, my city has a huge holiday art market every year. There's a lot of holiday art markets here, but there's one particularly big one. I did apply last year. I didn't get in, but I kind of didn't really expect to because part of it was booth readiness and I just wasn't super ready. And then I ended up buying this house in November with my partner, which was really exciting, but also definitely means I was in no shape to be selling at a December holiday market. But this year they have put out a call and said, hey, applications, by the way, are due at the end of June for a December market. So I said, okay, that's a little scary because every single weekend in June, except the first weekend, I am booked. Cool, and I don't have my stuff together. Now, I'm very happy though because I have an art studio now. I have this space. So when I work on stuff, I won't have to put it away. I can all just work up there in my studio. So I'm excited about that and I think it'll be fine. But I do have to really do it. So right now is Memorial Day weekend, 2026. I am home next weekend and the following weekend, and then every single other weekend in June I will be away on trips. 1 week in June I will be completely gone, and I have a full-time job. I'd like to mention that I work, so it's gonna be a little difficult. Also, this is my cat Boo Boo, guest star. She's not supposed to be there. No, man. You're so bad. Are you so poorly behaved? Are you so poorly behaved? Why are you so dusty? What are you doing? Anyway, I'm making beef stroganoff and telling you about this. My goal is to produce a bunch of linocut designs. So if you've ever seen, it's kind of like a stamp. You're basically just carving your own stamp. It's carved out of a soft linoleum. And I've got a few designs already. I've got some stamps carved already. My goal, one of my big products that I want to make is a bunch of cards, kind of greeting cards that are kind of seasonally grouped. So a spring set that has an American robin, a butterfly, some flowers, and I think a rabbit is my spring set. Hold on, my cat's trying to escape. Ooh, come back. No. The last few years, except this most recent year because we bought a house, I have made linocut designs for the winter holiday, and then we made cards and sent them to friends and family, which was really fun. It was really great. I got to design a new set every year, and I thought it would be cool to maybe sell those. And that's why I kind of had the idea to add other seasons. I live in Pennsylvania and I frequent and am sort of half from West Virginia. My dad's from there. I was just there this weekend going camping. So native plant species, stuff like that is definitely my a focus. So obviously a lot of artists like that because you can't go wrong, right? So I've got a little bit more drawing to do, and then just sort of the process of actually transferring and carving the blocks, which I will walk you through what I do. And then I also have a goal to print on some fabric. So I do a lot of sewing. I have a whole sewing studio. I can show you my art studio later. It's upstairs on the 3rd floor. And I've got a whole room for sewing and a whole room for illustration, which I'm very pleased and thrilled and thankful to have. So I'd like to be able to print on fabric and then sew that onto, I have a whole set of thrifted clothes that are just blank, they don't have anything on them. Where are you going? I have the door open because it's hot in here and she won't stop trying to escape. You have to stay inside. You're an inside cat. That's my goal. And I will show you my designs and stuff in the next clip, but I wanted to give a little introduction and say, hey. Huh? Hello and welcome to my art studio. You can kind of see Kiki back there from Kiki's Delivery Service. I painted her. She was painted on the wall. You're not going crazy. She is there. I had to turn off my fan for a minute. It is rather warm up here because it's on the 3rd floor, so I'm just going to talk for a minute. But what I did earlier today, it's about 9 p.m. right now, on Tuesday, the 26th. I had some dinner and watched some Twin Peaks with my partner. And before and a little bit during, I transferred a bunch of my designs to just like a tracing paper. So my technique for this is I have my original art. A couple examples that I will show you are my robin and swallowtail. I have a few more designs that I can't find for some reason, but whatever, they'll turn up. They're in some sketchbook or other. But anyway, there's some of that, and then I've got some I've got some artwork that I've done in the past, actually, like a long time ago. Some of which I have like resized and printed out. So these were some fox skulls. I actually used the printer to kind of mess around with like the sizing of it. So this is hand drawn by me, and then I took a picture of it. I messed with like the contrast a lot until it looks like it's almost like black and white, like line art, like digital art. It's not that. These are from a fox skull that I have that I did like a still life drawing from at one point. It's really warm up here. I have these wildflower drawings, which I did like forever ago from my grandma's house. So she lives in West Virginia, and it's just some really pretty wildflowers. And I did not date it, but this had to be, this is after I graduated high school, so 2019. So it's been a while, but I really like these illustrations. So I'm going to turn some of them into stamps. So I'm really happy with how far I got there. Basically my technique, I have an example up here, is I put a tracing paper over top of whatever I've done. So for example, this was my robin and swallowtail. And then I just draw, like I basically just trace it. Keeping in mind that I don't have to get like every single detail because this is only the second time I should draw it. We're not even there yet. Then you take this, you press it against a piece of linoleum, which, if you're wondering, basically just looks like a rubber eraser. And then you rub it so that it transfers. This is just like pencil graphite, but I have a sketching set of a bunch of different hardnesses. So like in school, they always make you use like they make you use HB, I think. I don't even remember at this point because I don't really use pencils for like normal writing much. But I think they make you use HB for tests, and that's because there are other types of pencils. So this one is 2B, which is very, very, very charcoal heavy. It's pretty much just a charcoal pencil. So it transfers a lot easier. And then when you print this and rub it on the linoleum, then I'll redraw it with Sharpie. So that's our 3rd time drawing it. And then I will carve it out from there. And then when you carve the stamp, when you stamp it, it won't be flipped from the original drawing. So some versions of this involve like a graphite paper where there's graphite on the other side, and so you draw over top of it that way. I don't love that because then your final stamp is a horizontal, it's like a mirror image of your original drawing, but this way it doesn't happen. So for example, I've got a few things cut out already. This is my bird. I have not actually rolled onto these yet at all. Like, they don't have any ink on them. It's just Sharpie. So that's my general process, is original drawing, then trace on the tracing paper, transfer it because I used like a charcoal pencil, then redraw it with Sharpie to clean up the lines on the linoleum, and then carve it out with a carving tool. Then you can print it. So that is 1, 2, 3 to 4 times you're drawing each drawing. So it definitely adds up. So me having this many is a little bit scary. I might have to sort of prioritize, but I don't know, once I get in the groove, it's actually not that bad. And again, once they're stamps, like they're stamps you can use not infinitely because they do physically break down a bit, but like you can use them a lot. So I think I'm just gonna, I don't know what to do next. I really want to work on drawing the brook trout because I want a fish. I want the fish, and then I want the fish with the, like a fish skeleton. And I think that would look really cool. And Pennsylvania and West Virginia state fish are the brook trout. So I'm thinking about using that as my motif. And I want to draw a brook trout, or like paint one. They're so pretty. They're so full of cool colors. To give you some idea
This is a caribou I have for winter that I have not yet carved, but I think in I think in one of these I figured out where some original printing, yeah, some of my original test prints were done. For the first time I did something like this. I don't know if you can see it, but I did holiday cards like at this point I think like 2 or 3 years ago. And I did a cardinal, a pine cone, a fox, and a deer. And I'm very, very proud of the deer. It's just like a white-tailed buck running through the woods. So these were a bunch of test prints, and I was just so happy with it. And we printed like a ton of cards and sent them out to people. That's kind of what started me like getting a feel for all this linocut stuff. I kind of have an inkling to redo that box because he's not my favorite, but I think I have to prioritize. I think actually right now, because I'm up here, I am just gonna draw some fish.
Took the opportunity to sketch a few different brook trout, and as you can see, I'm trying to size it so that it fits on a card. Obviously not the entire fish, because I felt like that would just be too small and it wouldn't be a great result, but I was kind of messing around with the having to put the front of the fish on the card, and then if I wanted a bigger print, I would also have a bigger fish. I used tracing paper to basically have like layers and try a few different designs. Definitely when you're translating like a very complex animal with a lot of colors and just all sorts of stuff going on to linocut, it's tough because linocut is just black or white. Like you don't really have any sort of grayscale, gray tones. So even with colored pencil, I can kind of like lighten the lines. Like you can have line width, I guess, with linocut, but you don't have gray. You just have the color of the paper and the color of the ink. So it's really just a two-tone, like very cut and dry. You can't really do hatching. There's a few ways to sort of imitate shadow. But I really use the tracing paper to mess around with and see what I could do with different design options. And brook trout kind of have these like circles that go along the side of them and also all the small circles on their back. So I was trying to show that and show the gills. So I'm very happy with where I landed, but yeah, it was definitely an iterative process, and I would definitely recommend using tracing paper for art stuff like this because it was really useful. All right, welcome to the transfer process. I'll tell you a little bit about how I do it. So what you're seeing here is tracing paper, and I have put it over top of my original drawing or whatever you want. And then I've drawn over it with charcoal pencil, specifically just a pencil that has a decent amount of charcoal in it. The reason is it's a lot easier to transfer. And then I flip it around, transfer it, rub it, and then I use a thin Sharpie just to really establish what lines I want. So here's a few of my designs that I ended up with, and then the fish, the long clover flower, and a fern. What's up? What's up?
Hello and greetings checkpoint from the art studio. I got this whole set of like stamps, like letter stamps. I found them at a thrift store. I tried to Google them forever and like could not find one that wasn't like absurdly priced. And also they were like weird sizes. So I'm really excited. Also, if you see my knees, I'm on like one of those like ergonomic chairs. That's what's happening. But you know that there's a bunch of them kind of everywhere, and they came like kind of connected in this little piece of plastic. As a maker with an art studio, I feel very validated for hanging on to this random piece of plastic for 4 months because I was like, I need something that's like kind of rectangular that I can like lay them all out in and like see the letter. So I feel very justified. And I can put my letters in my random piece of plastic. And then there was a reason to keep it for all these months. So look at me go. And then look, I can keep them and then I can put them on the edge. I have to clean it. It's covered in dust, but then I can organize them. Isn't that exciting? Very exciting. All right, my linocut has struck first blood. You can't really even barely see it, but on my thumb, I was going backwards and I pushed too hard and I went right into my thumb. It's really not bad. It's really not bad at all. But this is a nice reminder that your cute little flower can be evil and dangerous. So linocut's a little scary. I'm here with an X-Acto knife and I'm pushing this blade all around. So yeah, I'm just glad it wasn't worse, but PSA, be careful. Today's the day. Today will be full of stamping. I have 2 more stamps to carve this morning, and then in a couple hours, my friend is going to come over. I'm going to clear off this table more, and then I have a huge table over there in the other room. It's normally my sewing table that I'm going to clear off and just like make room for a bunch of stamps. These are the sort of cards that I'm working with. I will show you them a little bit better later, but I have, I think, 4 packs. So I think I have close to 400 cards that I can be stamping. So I'm going to finish my stamps and then I'm going to kind of lay them out like which cards, which colors I want to go with which motif, etc. And then maybe just go from there. It's currently like 9 a.m. on Saturday. It is a cool 81 degrees in my art studio already. So that's really exciting. Hopefully this next week, I think it's going to rain a lot, so that should hopefully cool things down a bit. There's a window over there, which is really beautiful, but it's an original 1930s window, and it doesn't open, and you can't even reach it to open it, and it's like really old wood, and I can't touch it. So I thought I could get a cross breeze up in here before we bought the house, and I cannot. So eventually I will get an AC unit, but for now I'm just sweaty, and that's going to be fine. I've done it. I've carved my last stamp that I need to today. This is very exciting.
my god.
I'm filming, so don't say anything incriminating.
They
hit the Pentagon.
No. For a certain game.
For Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, so like we have our like trivia group chat, which is mostly where I yap with that group of friends. Like somebody sent that, and then they were like, "Oh, we need a PS5 to play it."
Do you
and,
actually?
Well, yeah, but remember we played it last time. But that because I was at work, so I sit next to Elijah, right? Not in the group chat. Like, I just tell them what's happening occasionally when he is relevant. And they were all like, Elijah, can we borrow the PS5 again? And then I looked at him and I was like, you're being requested in the group chat. And he was like, what? I was like, can we Until Dawn borrow your PS5? And he was like, oh yeah, cool. Cause like they were like, please, can we please? As if he was gonna say no. Like he was there with it last time. He likes it. So he was like, yeah, sure. And so I took a selfie of us giving the thumbs up, and everyone was like, yay! So you best bet. Although I haven't actually watched the trailer, I'm not gonna lie. Gonna?
Yeah,
Why are they on a beach? Why was it like...
All I knew was that, there was a... I don't even know.
That part, I don't understand, but okay.
I don't need any spoilers. Although, I don't think I'm gonna be able to play it. Bro, if I don't know what happens, I'm gonna be tweaking out, bro.
Are you too scared?
Loki, I'm gonna...
because you watch all the playthroughs and the other one.
I'm gonna have to watch a playthrough before we play it, because...
That's so funny.
Because one, I'm not gonna want the first time I consume it to be in the chaos of everybody going, oh my god, no!
Yeah, the group is crazy. But it's more, I like it.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It was awesome last time. Literally one of the best, hangouts we've ever had.
Yeah.
But...
It was fun. Okay. Oh, I'm so scared. Okay, everything's fine. Am I recording? Yes. Okay. That's too scary. Okay. And then you can either put the paper on him or put him on the paper. That's okay. I think I fucked that up. No, I didn't. He looks really cute. Oh my god. Sleepy. Hi, sleepy thing. Hi, sleepies. Oh my goodness. Are you girls so crazy? They're really getting down in there. One of them's gonna eat a wire and get electrocuted.
Pool.
I think they're just gonna have their own baby pool.
But what if they go in ours?
They won't go in ours if we are in it.
That's true.
They don't like us that much. Did you steal my pizza and drag it around the table to make a mess on the misprints? Yeah? Okay. Allie got a loaner Jeep and we're seeing... You're being recorded. We're trying to... Whoa! Whoa! She's doing great. I think I'm the stinkiest guy to ever go to the Mad Max.
Alright.
Do you want me to... I'm doing a stamping vlog, so this is my friend ordained break from stamping. We're getting... What are we doing, Allie? We're getting fajitas! Oh? Allie, say hi. Fajitas!
Oh, what's this? Mad Mysterioso. Buttermilk fried chicken tacos. Barbecue brisket burrito. That's my nickname in high school.
Just for that. Allie, are you excited?
Oh, boy.
Fantastic
It has a fish
dad.
pen.
I have a fish necklace.
Do you have a fish pen?
No. Butter candle. I think it's for
Butter
plants.
candle?
But look how much they've messed up his eyebrow. He looks so angry. That's why that one's only $7.
Yeah.
It's because they're scary. I like her.
Yeah.
She's nice to me.
How much is David?
Wait, black pepper beard oil would go crazy.
Black
Yeah.
pepper beard oil. This is crazy. They just making up stuff.
No, that. I
Men
love that.
can't have wipes unless they're cedar bourbon themed.
There's an American flag cow over there.
Hello and welcome back to the stamping studio. I do have my fan running, so I apologize. It is 85.1 degrees in here and 50% humidity, so it's pretty awful. I have been wearing this dress all day. I have been sweating in this dress all day, and I'm just gross. To recap what just happened, because I don't know if I'll do a voiceover for that silly little montage. Caymus, my friend, was hanging out here, and then my friend Allie wanted to come over and just say hi, and then we ended up going to get fajitas at Mad Max. And we got some food. Allie's been talking about getting fajitas for like days, so she was glad to finally get her fix. And it was good. It was really fun. And so we just kind of like hung out, and then we went to TJ Maxx and bought stuff. That was exciting. And we just had like a funny little adventure, and now we are back here. I have already hit, I believe, 7 hours of stamp related activities today. I started working here at 9 a.m. and we left, like we kind of quit around 4 or 4:30. So I'm at basically almost a full work day of stamping. But we're putting in overtime. My goal right now, I've been getting ink everywhere. That's really cool. It's 8 p.m. It's Saturday. My goal right now is to make black ink, because I also have white ink. I haven't even gotten into the white ink. Is to make black ink versions of my flowers and botanicals. So I've got, here, I'll put it on a 0.5 mode so you can see better. I've got these tall daisies, this tall clover flower, a fern, which I didn't cut out any of the inside of. It's just like black space, but I think that's okay. 2 small little clovers, and then a really big clover leaf, and then this little flower. I don't know what that is, just like a flower, a little tiny aster flower, and a little ladybug. So combined, I have a few different colors. Unfortunately, some of these cards, I didn't realize this when I bought them, they say Hallmark on them, which is like not ideal, but I don't really know what to do about it, so I'm just accepting it. It'll be fine. I am using botanicals in both the spring and summer sets that I'm working on. Tomorrow, I can print with the white ink, and I can print my skulls, my skeleton stuff, which I want to print on black cards with white ink, because I don't really think they need to be like cards people can write on. I think they're just going to be like little mini prints, basically. And I'll make some big prints of those as well. But today I just want to do black ink. I don't want to mess around with white ink. I think I'm going to watch a movie after this. Anyway, I'm really excited with how these are coming out. They're not all like perfect, but that's kind of the nature of printmaking. Ooh, bear. Is that your sunbeam? Oh no. Get off my table. Have to get off. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching and listening. I'm very excited to make more vlogs this summer. Hopefully I can vlog an art market. I've got tons more art ideas. Like I said, I didn't even get to stamp fabric at this point. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be good. Even if I don't get into this specific market, it is like the biggest craft market in our city. That's really okay. I will at least have a setup, and now I know it works, and now I know I can do other markets. And I'm excited. So maybe I'll get a better table because this one's a little bit scary, but it's working. All right. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.